It is Your Vote 2022. Voting is officially closed for the primary elections and ballot counting is underway.
We're bringing you live team coverage tonight with up-to-the-minute updates on election results. You're looking live at the Riverside County Registrar of Voters, where ballot counting will continue through the night.
News Channel 3 Samantha Lomibao and Jake Ingrassi are standing by with the latest results on the state assembly races and congressional district races. And News Channel 3's Marion Bouchot is live in studio giving us the latest details on the Riverside County Sheriff's race and District Attorney race.
We begin with the races for Congress. Two of the key local races voters are deciding on tonight. The results from these races will decide who will be on the November ballot, hoping to head to Washington, D.C. Here's a look at where results stand right now for the 41st Congressional District. Right now, incumbent Ken Calvert is leading with Democrat Will Rollins just behind. And for the 25th District, sitting Congressman and Democrat Dr. Raul Ruiz, currently representing the 36th District, has a strong lead. He's followed by Republican Brian Hawkins, a current San Jacinto council member. News Channel 3's Jake Ingrassi kicks off our team coverage tonight at 11, live in Palm Springs with the primary results party for Will Rollins in the 41st, which is just wrapped up. Jake.
Yeah, and Karen, it has been a celebratory night here for Democratic candidate Will Rollins. As those results started to come in, it appears from those early results that he will be on the ballot this November in the general election. Now, I spoke to Rollins just a couple moments ago here at the party. Take a listen to what he had to say.
I think it's a great sign because it means I got votes not just from Democrats but also from Republicans and independents who are ready for a change in leadership, because I think the election in the fall is going to come down to corruption versus integrity, not Republican versus Democrat.
We are hearing from Republican Ken Calvert this evening as well. He says in a statement, quote, "It is truly an honor to receive the most votes once again in this election. The election results send a clear message that voters in the 41st Congressional District want to move our country in a different direction. Will Rollins is a radical newcomer to our community who supports more of the same failed Biden-Pelosi agenda." We want to switch gears now to the 25th Congressional District, and we have been closely watching Congressman Raul Ruiz there with a commanding lead, nearly 20,000 votes ahead of the next candidate behind him, which is Republican Brian Hawkins. Now, I just spoke to Congressman Ruiz a couple of moments ago. Hear what he had to say.
I'm very humbled. It's such a great start and a dominating initial results that I owe it to the people who have continuously empowered me to fight for them, and especially to all the volunteers who have made the calls to get people out to vote. A big thank you to everybody who made this possible.
And of course, a reminder, these results are only preliminary, but they do give us a good indication as to who we can expect to see on that November ballot. We will continue to track these races closely for the candidates in the 25th and 41st Congressional Districts. We are live tonight in Palm Springs, and that is the latest. We will send it back to you, Peter and Karen.
All right, thanks, Jake. We're also learning tonight who is likely to face Governor Gavin Newsom in November. So far, Newsom has a strong lead over his challengers as he seeks his second term less than a year after defeating a recall attempt. And as of tonight, it looks like State Senator Brian Dahl is also likely to make it on the ballot in November. Dahl has also won the endorsement of the state Republican Party. He currently represents a sprawling district in Northern California that includes 11 mostly rural counties.
And turning now to the race for U.S. Senate, Californians have cast their vote twice, once for the regular election for the full 6-year term. The second race is a special vacancy election to fill the remainder of now Vice President Kamala Harris's term. Beginning with that special vacancy, Alex Padilla, the incumbent, is leading with the vast majority of the vote. The Associated Press has declared him the winner, which means he would remain in the office through January. And in the race for the full term, Padilla is also leading with well over 50% of the vote there. He's followed by Republican Mark Musser, a constitutional attorney who opposes Padilla on many major issues from abortion to gun control.
Now to our team coverage for the state assembly races. Ballots are still being counted tonight. Here's a look at the results so far for the 47th district. Christy Holstage in the lead with Republican Greg Wallace in second place so far. And in the 36th Assembly District, it looks like incumbent Eduardo Garcia is in the lead with more than 50% of the votes tonight. Republican candidate Ian Weeks is at a close second with about 40% right now. News Channel 3 Samantha Lomibao joins us live in La Quinta outside of the Republican headquarters. Sam?
Peter, like you just said, Democrat Christy Holstage and Republican Greg Wallace are currently at the front end of the 47th district race right now. Now, the two of them are also going up against Republican Gary Michaels, who owns a company that writes technology plans for schools, and Democrat Jamie Swain, a businesswoman and truck driver. Tonight, I spoke with both Holstage and Wallace about their thoughts on the race so far.
I think it shows that people want experienced leadership that they can trust, that they know can get things done for our community. I'm the only candidate with a dedicated and documented track record to show that I can get results for our community.
We're extremely optimistic. We're exactly where we want to be, and obviously we got to make sure every ballot's counted. I've been to vote centers all day. We've been getting people out to the polls and helping them get their ballots turned in, but we feel like we're in a great position.
Meanwhile, over to the 36th district, Democrat Eduardo Garcia and Republican Ian Weeks are at the front end of that race right now.
We've worked as hard as we can as a political newcomer. I feel like I've put forward a good showing, and as I've said all throughout the race, the heavy lifting is going to be done by God. I go out and I work as hard as I can every single day.
Now, Weeks faces Democrat candidate Marlon Ware, university professor and director, who wants to prioritize tackling homelessness by giving them the resources to better their mental health, as well as Eduardo Garcia, who told News Channel 3 in a statement tonight, quote, "The preliminary results look favorable. We haven't stopped working. We remain focused on the legislative work in front of us and ensuring that we deliver on our region's priorities. We thank voters for their continued trust and confidence in us and our track record." And of course, results will still be coming in the coming days, and of course to stay with News Channel 3 for updates on both state assembly races, the 36th district and the 47th as well. Live in La Quinta, Samantha Lomibao, News Channel 3.
Our live team coverage of the primary election continues tonight with the Riverside County District Attorney and Sheriff's race. Here's a live look at election results so far. Chad Bianco is leading right now with 56% over challenger Michael Lujan, who has 44%. News Channel 3's Marion Bouchot joins us live in studio with more on what Sheriff Bianco had to say as the initial results began to come in. Marion?
Good evening, Peter. It looks like Sheriff Chad Bianco is heading for his second term tonight. He's already been with the department for 28 years. Bianco got a lot of attention during the height of the pandemic, choosing not to dedicate sheriff's resources to enforcing any part of Governor Gavin Newsom's stay-at-home orders. Also that same year, taking a stand against anti-law enforcement protests. Bianco says he has improved the morale of the department and helped it save millions of dollars.
Yeah, I appreciate everyone's support. I appreciate everyone that voted for me. I will do everything I can in the next 4 years to make everyone proud of their vote and know that they made the right choice.
He says his main goal as sheriff is to protect the community and keep residents safe.
All right, and Marion, we've also been following the race for Riverside County District Attorney. Incumbent DA Mike Hestron is leading with about 52% of the vote. His two challengers, Superior Court Judge Burke Strunsky and Lara Gressley, neck and neck with 24% each. And I know, Marion, that you spoke with Hestron about the status of the votes. What did he have to say?
So if he wins, this would be Mike Hestron's third term after running against a pair of experienced challengers. He had a big financial advantage over his challengers, outraising both by more than a 3-to-1 margin. Hestron says homelessness and crime are the issues that he wants to focus on the most. He also says he wants to keep working to make sure Riverside County is one of the safest places to live in the state.
We're waiting and watching, and I'm hopeful that the trends that we're seeing right now in the votes, in the vote tallying, I'm hopeful that those trends are going to continue. But, in fairness, I do want to wait until the votes are counted.
Now, if either of these candidates end up with more than 50% of the vote, they will be elected to their offices without going on to the general election in November. Live in studio, Marion Bouchot, News Channel 3.
All right, thanks, Marion.
Continuing our coverage of the race for a seat on the Riverside County Superior Court.
In Office 26, Deputy District Attorney Jason Stone is facing off against Superior Court Commissioner Eric Isaac. Stone with a big lead so far. You can see 62% looking to serve as a judge on the Superior Court.
And in Office 28, 3 candidates are vying to become a judge. Christy Kirk from the District Attorney's Office in the lead tonight over Francisco Navarro and Christopher Welton. More election coverage just minutes away.